Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Kubera, Season 2, Episodes 71 to 75. This segment is the one standing before me. Yeah, that's the title. Had to look over to check. This one is 10 parts, so I'm gonna do 2 long videos this week and next week. I'm gonna try to just do 5 chapters this week and 5 chapters next week. Split this in 2 instead of splitting it any kind of weird way or anything like that. I think the next one is 8 episodes, so I'll just split that into 4 each, I think. Especially as we're getting more and more into the holiday season, I feel like after that there's one that's like 7 maybe. I don't know, I haven't really looked a lot, so I could split it into like 4 and 3. So going a little bit shorter as we're getting into time when I might be a little bit busier is probably a good idea. But either way, I'm recording this a little earlier than usual today. It's 6 p.m. as I'm recording, so I still haven't eaten dinner, so I have to go do that at some point. But hopefully, I'm expecting this might be over an hour, so it might be a bit long. Hopefully, I can still have it up on Mondays, though. If I have to push it back to Tuesday any day again, I would much rather push this video back to a Tuesday and have it be me taking my time, enjoying it, having fun, not rushing through or anything. I would much rather take my time and have a better video, not rushed, than to just rush to have it out on Monday. But I'm hoping this will still be Monday. So either way, there isn't too much to say. We're kind of just continuing directly off of what we ended with last time. It was so funny because my predictions for Kubera and its fan base were off the mark, because for me, I always, since the very beginning, I was like, okay, he's introduced right at the start. I feel like Marina is probably one of the most loved characters because he just has that, like, cool, edgy, like, character that people would like vibe. He just has that vibe to me. So I was just like, okay, I think he's probably one of the most like popular characters. I probably don't want to like just obviously like shit talk him or anything, but so I think I was completely wrong, because not only have I seen the few like character polls or whatever, and like Yuta is consistently the most popular, but when I was just like, ah, oh, this stupid bird, he screwed everything up, everybody in the comments and everything was like, first time, welcome to Kubera. It's not even the dumbest thing he does. And I'm like, okay, they didn't spoil anything he does in the future, but people said it's not even the dumbest thing he does. So apparently he gets more bird-brained. But I just thought that I was like, okay, I misread that situation. Apparently people are pretty unanimous on thinking Marina is a bird brain. And again, it's one of those things where writing wise, it makes total sense, because from Marina's perspective, like, Guntarva's been living with the humans, among the humans here. Guntarva has this relationship with Agni. Marina hasn't. Marina hasn't lived among the humans. He doesn't have this relationship with Agni. He doesn't know what's going on in Guntarva's head. So from his perspective, they're still just trying to destroy this city, and he sees a bunch of people threatening to attack Guntarva, and he's like, yeah, I'll just take him out. Like, for Marina, it makes complete and total sense to do this. But from us, as the omniscient reader's viewpoint, for us looking at it, we're like, damn it, you screwed everything up. And now, on top of screwing everything up, Lise, I think, is going to rush in there with the sword, confront Marina. I think that's going to be part of what the title has to say here. And because of her running in there, I think that might mean that Yuta will have to run in there, and then we'll have Yuta having to choose between Lise and Marina. So I think we're going to get way, way, way deeper into a lot of pain. It's like, while I am very excited to read this arc, I am also, you know, the stuff going on is very exciting, but it is not very happy. So we'll see what happens. Let's start. We're starting with the sword here. Lise, why do you stop her? Do you think she's not strong enough? No, you would have stopped her anyway, even if she had enough power. Because if that Shura dies right here, right now, you no longer have an excuse to use her. And this voice is talking to Asha. Who are you? Me? I'm someone who wants more than anyone for this child to be happy. So is this... It looks like this person's actually talking through Lisa's body because of the sword. You constantly oppress her and treat her against her will. But I only respect the path that she's chosen. I was wondering why they were using these normal dialogue boxes, but it's because this sword spirit person is talking through Lisa's body. But I only respect the path that she's chosen. Right now, it doesn't matter whether we can take down that Shura or not. I don't mind even if the end is her death. If being alive ultimately means getting used, the sooner everything is over, the happier she'll become. So, is it... You would think, since the Sword of Return is related to the Temple of Chaos, that it would maybe be Kali. So, is it Kali, or is it the sword's own will? Or maybe it's somebody completely different. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a better future. And I love when we get these Kubera title splashes. They're so good looking. And we have what looks like this meteor hurtling down, directed by the sword maybe. The one standing before me, part 1. It crashes into the ground. What the... Who did that? Who has an item that can pull something like that? Maybe it was a Shura? Why would a Shura attack their own kind? No, that's the Sword of Return's transcendental skill. I've seen Taeda use it before. Taeda Bell, the half-blood, who owned the Sword of Return before Lise. Weird that they say half-blood here when they usually just say half. The half who owned the Sword of Return before Lise. And I am trying so hard to hold it together and be a professional, serious little YouTube boy before you all, and not just simp for Par every time I see her on panel. But, oh man, she looks so good. The Sword of Return, that girl that Asha's with is the current owner, but she didn't have a sword. Huh? Where did she go? And Asha's left standing there. This is your final warning. Get out. Right now. Unless you want to die here. Then, I withstood all those hits, but the last strike got me. Why can't I regenerate? Thanks to it, I lost a precious life, Weavhura. Anyway, what happened to Gandharva? I'm sure I saw him at a distance, but where did he go? It is interesting to me. I wonder if this has anything to do with the effect of chaos because of the Sword of Return. The effect of chaos is weird because I just, again, watching, I always have something to talk about watching Pyro Prima's Kubera reactions before coming to record my own. In his, there was this scene where Hoti Marut hit the one half that they were saving, but the half survived, and Asha said that it was because the spell for some reason didn't go all the way through properly. So that left me wondering, is it because Yuta was around, and because Yuta was in such close proximity, that's why the Hoti Marut spell wasn't enough to kill the half? Or was Asha lying? Because Asha uses Hoti Asvins, I think. It could have been Bhavati, but I think it was Hoti. To heal. So it's either, is it the effect of chaos from just Yuta being around? I don't know if that's something that Yuta can even do. Or was back in that scene Asha lying, and like maybe the half actually did die, and Asha's so OP she can actually use Asvin's magic to literally bring the dead back. So yeah, I don't know which. It's like one of those bits of foreshadowing that I didn't really question too much my first read through, but now going back and now knowing about Chaos and Yuta and knowing a bit more about the different types of magic, now looking back and seeing that scene, I'm like, hold on, that was a hint for something, but I'm not 100% sure what it was a hint at. So, anyway, what happened to Gandharva? I'm sure I saw him at a distance, but where did he go? Where are the others? How come only you showed up, Hura? Well, the snakes went over to the city, and I came here to try to help you. Sorry if you heard that. That was just a wire slid down behind my PC. Why would you help me? Whatever the reason, don't you think you should at least thank me for helping you? And it's a good thing I drew the transcendental skill over to myself and took the blow for you. Otherwise, even you, seeing that you're in your Shura form, I guess there isn't much of a change that the turret will, or chance that the turret will activate. Why are the people around me so stingy when it comes to thank yous? Guess I am the nicest one around here. Has Sagara already occupied the barrier stone? Of course, isn't it obvious? Since Agni was the god in charge of the barrier, but he disappeared and the barrier still hasn't been restored. The humans in the city have already taken serious damage thanks to Gandharva. At this rate, victory's already practically ours. Doesn't it seem safe to laugh at this point? Woohoo! Do you even know how to laugh? And he's still just taciturn. That human is the one from before. Huh? Human? Ah, you're right. And she's alone. And we have Lee stomping in. She looks pretty young and brave. We'll have a slash from the sword. Huh? Ah, and then Hura is yelling as we see this dust in the distance. It's her. From before. I'm surprised. I didn't think she would come looking for me herself. He flies over. You won't try attacking on your own, if you've got any sense. Is the magician who ran off with you around here too? It's not like you can hear me, anyway, so I guess it's kind of a meaningless question. It looks like you're carrying a very dangerous item, so I won't drag this out any longer. I'll just kill you, along with other humans hiding nearby. Wait, are you about to use your own transcendental skill? Hey, hold on. Or are you doing this? We're on the same side. At least give me time to run. And then we have this huge flash of energy. We have this massive eruption of what I'm just going to be calling transcendental energy. I don't know if there's a different term, but hey. Even with a god-class item, humans are still humans. Destined to die. Like a bug. And she is in a transformed state behind him. And I think maybe not even just a transformed state. I think that might just be blood running down her face, skin torn from her arm in the foreground, her right arm, the left arm completely gone, and her clothes torn to shreds. I think it might even not just be that she's transformed, just that she took the hit, took a bunch of damage, and is attacking from behind. We see the green energy potentially regenerating. Like, the sword should make it so that she can't regenerate, but then the bracelet should make it so that she can regenerate. So it's like, do the two conflict and she just can't because the sword overrides the bracelet? Or does the bracelet give her a way to override the negative effects of the sword? But yeah, what an insane panel. Kind of an insane chapter. Really good stuff. A lot of just action. It seemed really quick because it was mostly action. But, like, the stuff that's going on, even though it's, like, mostly action stuff, has some really deep character weight. And I am just really nervous. I'm really nervous reading this for the characters. Okay, with that aside, before I move on to the next chapter, let's go read the afterword. The afterword this time says, Lee's holding the Sword of Return. Many mysteries will probably be solved in this chapter, in parentheses arc, and something I prefer calling them arcs because chapters just make me think of episodes. And something you've been waiting for will finally appear. Yes, what is it? Well, smug laughing emoji. Then red energy surrounding the sword. Sword of Return isn't sharp or anything like that. If you don't know how to use it, it can only be used as a blunt weapon. Previous owners of the sword used it in many different ways. There was one who couldn't use any of its transcendentals and only used it as a blunt weapon. Don't discount it because it's a blunt weapon. God-class items can't be destroyed. And then you can find more information about the one who soared before Lee's and Rift. She was a half and died during the upheaval. Okay. So can you guess how she died? I'm assuming then, I don't remember that chapter, but I actually want to go back to it really quick after I finish reading this afterward. Just because, again, I like breaking down and looking at Kubera stuff because it's just so well written. But I would assume then that the emotional resonance caused her to go nuts because of stuff that happened similar to Ron's mom, it was, right? And then she maybe was killed by people after turning because of the emotional resonance stuff. But text not translated for Hura? No! And then Transcendental Skill. It's been a long time since we've seen this Transcendental by Marana. Crimson Sunshine of Dawn appears with Marana in the center, and the size can be adjusted. When Marana is standing on the ground, the Transcendental appears in the shape of an upside-down bowl. Okay, when he's flying in the air, it looks more like more spherical, like in this episode. Okay, I'm gonna go check out that episode of Season 2, 43. Oh, it's literally just one line. Literally like two, but Yeah, that was 40 years ago when the sword was last drawn, and it came back when the one who drew it died during the upheaval. And that's it. I thought we were getting, I thought it was more than that, honestly. Alright, chapter 72. We're starting with Pride Rock here. I should have brought a notepad or something. It's driving me nuts not being able to communicate with you. Should we just head back to the temple? We only came out here because we heard that Lise and Asha were outside the city, but the temple's more important than here. And he shakes his head no. You know, Yuta, I have no idea what's going through your head, or going through that head of yours right now, but I can tell you one thing. While we're hesitating like this, someone far away will die. It could be Lise, whom you wanted so badly, or Asha, who vouched for you, or whoever else. If we don't take actions, we may never see them again. Is that really what you wish for? And he's, again, I like that we're seeing Yuta really pay attention and think about everything that Claude's saying. The One Standing Before Me, Part 2. We're seeing where we ended off last chapter. Then we have this shiver, this sense for Marina. It looks like he's able to avoid it. As we see, and it looks like Lise is, because it looks like her arm here, the right arm is regenerating, and the left arm, which was torn to shreds, is maybe also getting put back together some. Marna was able to fly up higher to avoid it. Too bad. Is it just me? Or does Marina's, is it an outfit, or is that just part of his skin? Is that just part of, like, his body itself? Does it seem like it's more wintry? Kind of a different design, a different style going on? Too bad. I can't believe she survived my transcendental attack, and even fully counterattacked before she fully recovered. Is this really the human who ran from me? There's no way she could have grown in such a short period of time. However, no matter how much she runs around, that's all she can do. The fact that she attacked me directly before means she doesn't have the energy to use a transcendental skill. How much longer can a human without any energy stand? So, this is the end. Is that all you've got? I wouldn't take this so lightly, unless you want to become a headless pharaoh. You'll have to do better than that. And he actually falls for the provocation and intensifies his attack. You're a lot simpler than I thought. Shut that arrogant mouth. Humans are known as creatures with less energy compared to gods or shuddhas, but actually that isn't so. The fact that our energy recovery accelerates the happier we are means that we have unlimited energy to use depending on how we feel. And then the golden knight goes black. You only have yourself to blame for not using your Shura form. No. And it absorbs his attack? Is that what happened? I think it is. Stop it. Please stop. And then Yuta interrupts. I don't want to lose anyone. Marna looks over. Oh god. You fucked up, bird brain. We have the Pingada and Ryagara snakes attacking. Damn it. I thought the half-bloods from Gandharva's clan have settled down, but now there are upper level Shuddhas running all over the place. And that's Clary, right? At least with this place. Or is it? No, not Clary. That's Zard? At least with this place, at least this place is filled with Upani level, but I heard that a few Rakshasa level Shuddhas appeared in the temple. There are just a few mistakes here and there, and a few grammar things here and there that are really throwing me off. Thankfully, the Earth Priest of Earth is safe, but he can't even get near the barrier stone right now. We're screwed. We have no one unless someone like Agni comes back. But isn't it strange? I just remembered. Well, you know, it's interesting that Marina's here too, because I just remembered Cossack on the way. Unless, again, Cossack was interrupted in coming here. We don't know who or what interrupted Cossack. I don't see what those bastards are running around like this for. They don't even chase after the people running away. And they're not really destroying anything. So maybe this is the redhead that was in the temple before. I mentioned before with the ones that were with Par, where I was like, is that the one from the temple? But then they got slaughtered, so I hope not. They don't even chase after the people running away, and they're not really destroying anything. So what? Think of how many people have died so far. I thought someone had gone off to find help. Teo said she already called for help. What? Teo? Looks like she went to Eloth for help before she left to look for Elwyn. She asked them to send as many elite magicians as possible before this turns into another Rotera. She told them that she would make it worth their while, even if this all fails. But how did Teo know what's happening now? Anyway, so I wonder if it is just because she suspected everything that would happen with Gintarva. Anyway, Eloth is filled with super rich magicians, so why would they answer such a vague call for help? It's not like they need money. Don't worry about that. I heard that they already left today. Okay, so now we have high-level magicians coming in too. Phew, that's the end of my magic. Who's the next teleporter in our group? Me. Hey, boss? Yeah. I know this is a direct summon from the Priestess of Chaos, but is there really a reason for so many humans to go because of one vague prediction? It's not even an official document. Of course we do. And if they all show up there, what if this was a trap and then Eloth was to get attacked without them? Because my little brother is in Calibloom. Oh, man. Wait. This is so cool. I just got goosebumps. So this is going to be Ron's older brother that we've heard about before? Okay. This is exciting, because I didn't know. There was one of like the top 4 silhouettes from before we didn't know, because we know Lorraine, right? We know Lila, and Lila is Lila in Rintalo? So we know Lila, we know Lorraine, and then I don't know about the other two. Is one Claude? Because didn't they say Claude was like number 2 or whatever? And then maybe Asha's not in the top 4. Maybe Asha's like 5 or something. I don't know. So there's one we don't even know, I don't think, unless it's been told to me and I've just forgotten it. So could this be one of them? Who knows? I'm excited. So to be continued. Let's go check out the afterward. I realize when getting into stuff like that, it's one of those things where I know these concepts exist, and I know that you all who've already read know what I'm talking about, but for me, I have like no real concrete grip on the rankings yet, or on like the locations of the different cities, or who would be in what city, or different characters as families and relatives. I have just so little grasp on that so far that yeah, I'm getting into territory where I really don't know what I'm talking about. But we have first up, text not translated, but then a lot of you wanted Lisa's clothes to disappear. You seem like you're seeing the Transcendental for the first time. The healing from this Transcendental regeneration is different from Hoti Yasmin's, and it even removes the blood from her clothes, which are good as new. When her head was sliced open with Bavadi Marut in Season 2, Episode 38, even her ponytail's cleanly regenerated. Okay. So it is the Transcendental from the bracelet allowing her to heal, overriding the passive regeneration being taken away by the sword. So the passive regeneration's gone, but now she has active regeneration Transcendental skill. Now we have the night sky. There's a desert between Eloth and Calibloom. It's really warm in the afternoon and very cold at night. It takes a long time to travel across by normal means, but if you hire many magicians who use Hoti Vayu, then you can travel more quickly, but you can't teleport anywhere instantly. Lots of time is needed in finding a suitable spot where you can see far in the distance, to group everyone together holding hands, and to make difficult calculations. With an especially large number of people like this, you have to move using very precise plans. If you don't, you only get confused and then waste a day. Then why are you guys saying that Lutz is Lorraine's fiancé? I've never heard this before. Seems to be a misunderstanding since Lorraine's fiancé has never been shown. I could never remember. I thought Lorraine said she wanted a fiancé, so I didn't know if she had one or if she wanted one. And then I wish you all a happy new year. That is it for 72's afterward. Again, there's a lot swirling around in my brain right now. So we have Lutz Syrafe is going to be Ron's brother. I'm sure we've heard the name before. because Ron has mentioned his brother multiple times and other characters have mentioned him. So, okay. I'm wondering, so we have him, but we don't know who else. So, Cossack is coming, but has somehow gotten interrupted by some sort of method. Maybe something crazy is going on with the world of Kubera, or maybe a specific character has stopped Cossack from getting there. And we also have a bunch of magicians from Eloth, including Lutz, on the way. Plus, we still haven't had Claude get involved in the fighting. Yuta's just now showing up. Asha hasn't gotten involved in the fighting. And they were saying that it seemed like the barrier stone's been taken over by Sagara, so I'm assuming she's guarding it to keep people away from it so they can't put the barrier back up. And the other four are seemingly destroying stuff, but then they were saying it's weird because they're not really killing people or destroying that much. So it's like, what is the plan? What are they doing? It seems almost like they're a distraction, maybe? It makes me wonder what the actual end goal for this attack is for Sagara and her group. Like, it seems like it wouldn't just be just killing the humans, destroying Wilrarv, because it feels like wiping humans off of Wilrarv or destroying Wilrarv, it feels like the Shura could kind of just do that to a certain degree if they, like, really wanted to. But doing so would piss off the gods for sure, because the humans worship the gods. Some of the gods like the humans. So, I wonder what the actual end goal is with this. But either way, let's move on to the next chapter. I know that my developed form will be determined by the result of this choice, but I can't do it. I can't give up, one or the other. Part 2, Episode 73, The One Standing Before Me, Part 3. Lisa's trembling. Why would you show up now, of all times? And this weight comes over her. It looks like she wakes up from the sword taking over. So it might not even be the sword. It might just... Is it the Kubera within Lise? Huh? I blacked out again. Because she's always used her Kubera powers when blacking out like that. And then it makes you wonder, is it God Kubera taking over? Or is it just the power of the name within her? Why is this here? Ugh, jeez, I'm even sleepy. Have I run out of energy? And then she sees Marana and Yuta. Is that you, Jatayu? Yeah, it's me, Jatayu. And interesting then that it's Yuta-ja backwards. Which wouldn't that just... Isn't Yuta-ja, wouldn't that be wouldn't Yuta-ja be I am Yuta? And then backwards is Jatayu? Your little brother. I guess not much has changed since before, saying that I'm still only at stage 2. But it looks like you've grown all the way to stage 4. Amazing. Anyway, we better get out of here fast. The humans might notice us if we stay here. And we don't want to get into a pesky fight, right? Fighting humans just doesn't suit your level. So just leave that girl and go somewhere else with me. Okay, brother? No. Only one of the two. Jatayu Kalavinka? Do you think that's his real name? Don't trust. You're being deceived. Right now, Garuda's son is merely... If this fails, there is no... What is all of this? Brother? Come with me to the Shura world, Jatayu. What? Dad collapsed after the great upheaval. He's still alive, but his health is getting worse. I had no idea, but right now, it's okay. There's someone who can open the way to the Shura world for us. I'm helping him now, so come with me. I'll find Kalavinka while I help him a bit more, and then we'll return to Shura City together. Brother, by helping him, do you mean... it's nothing special. I just have to kill whatever humans my superiors tell me to. The work itself is really easy since they get knocked down with one hit from my transcendental attack. Although that human was lucky enough to escape alive. But I can always kill her later. Why, brother? Why? You didn't need to do this kind of thing for us to meet. What do you mean, this kind of thing? What does it matter if a few humans die if it means we can meet? All I have to do is find Kalavinka and then head back home. Let's not think about anything else, Jatayu. No, brother. The priority shouldn't be that we gather together. Why'd we part ways in the first place? We split up because of the power of our name, because it was dangerous for us to be together. But now, you want to get together and go back home. That's not right. That can't be. I was looking for you too, and I'm happy to see you again, but I don't think we should be together. It would be even more dangerous for Kalavinka to join us. Sometimes you just need to know how a person's doing. We don't really need to all go back together, so you can stop killing humans now. Let's go back, Chitayu. I want to return to those happy times from before. Brother? Get back, Yuta. Don't get too close to him. He's not a half-blood. He's an upper-class Shura. And she steps in front to protect him. Damn, I'm too sleepy to even stand properly. How'd this happen to me? Just run, Yuta. God. Yuta. Boss, I've been wondering about something. What's that heavy-looking cape for? Ah, this? My brother sent it to me a while back, asking me to improve it. Part 2, episode 16. Wow, I'm so jealous of your brother. An item improved directly by the Priest of Creation. Boss, there's a problem. We shouldn't be seeing the stars here because of the influence of the Barrier of Chaos. The fact that we can see stars means that there's something wrong with the barrier. What? Then we better hurry. If the Barrier of Chaos is broken, that means we can use teleport here too, right? No, we should be careful with our magic, just to be on the safe side. We could get ourselves killed if there's even the slightest chance of there still being some of the barrier's power remaining. So, you want us to walk from here, even though you know there's something wrong in the city? No, I just think we should try out some relatively safe magic first, since the calculations are complicated. Would you mind lending me that staff for a second? What, this? It's really not good enough for you to use though, boss. It's alright, I'm not going to use it to fight. Hoti Indra, Bhavati Brahma. There are no problems with the calculations now, it's true. The Barrier of Chaos is completely broken. We can use magic. Wow, boss! If you could change it again, or I could change it again if you don't like it. No. So this is Bhavati level creation magic and Hoti level sky magic creating, or like turning the staff into like a crazy lightning staff. Then let's head over to the temple. Boss, over there in the sky. Is that Cossack? To be continued. We get Clefhung. Okay, very good chapter again. I'm really intrigued at the stuff at the end with these newer characters, and also seeing Cossack again. I'm really intrigued by all of that, but also just the hard-hitting Yuda Marana Ali stuff is rough. So yeah, I don't know. Just going through a lot of emotion. Either way, let's check out the afterword. Afterward this time is, some of you asked if those things on the sides of Marina's head can move. Yes, they can. They're often up in the air, but sometimes they come down. Then, confused Lee's looking at the Sword of Return. Asha, who had just been talking, is now nowhere to be seen. Instead, you're facing an enemy, the bracelet's off, and Yuta standing around defenseless. And you could die if you don't pay attention, but you're so sleepy. Then the name Marana knows Yutabai as Chitayu. They parted from each other because of the power of the name, but only a few of you were curious as to why he would want them to be together again. Most of you haven't thought anything about it. Is sibling love the true reason? Then I hid Lutz's eyes again when I drew him, and I worried about it a lot. So I ended up like this. I only drew one of them. Okay. Now then. Let's go to 74. Unless these last two are crazy long, maybe this video won't be as crazy long as I thought. We're getting a lot of action. Last time I thought we were going to have a crazy amount of action and it was going to be shorter, but it turns out, and then I thought that for ORV too, but then it turns out this time is the real action heavy scenario we're going through. So we have episode 74, Mr. Cossack. If you're here too, it means the things in Calibloom must be hot. I think I saw something on his back. And we have Taraka? Was that the name? Taraka tribe? Shura? God, what are they? Damn you all. And he's trying to slam them into a rock. Damn it, I could have made it here in 30 minutes, but these goddamn creatures. I knew I shouldn't have let him live. I must hunt down Yuta and kill him before he turns. Now we have the one standing before me, part 4. Yuta? What does that mean, Jatayu? Oh, well, actually, and they changed up their font? No, never mind. We'll talk about that a bit later. I can't just stand by and watch as a little girl runs around with such a dangerous weapon. We'll get back to this after I kill her, Jatayu. No. And then his transcendentals canceled out. I'm not sure how I should interpret this situation. And it's interesting, so we can assume then that Marina is probably pure blood Garuda. Like Garuda had another Garuda tribe, Gnostica, and had a child with them to create Marina. But then Yuta was created by, well, was it? I guess it was created by the union of Garuda with Kali, and then Taraka was just created by Kali after the fact. Taraka is not the actual, like, birth mother, if that's even really how it necessarily works, of Yuta. And then on top of that, we don't know. So if Marina is like full-blooded Garuda, then for Kalavinka, is she also full-blooded Garuda, or is she another type of half? And again, we've seen mostly Garuda divided specifically into their particular tribes, but if two Gnostikas from two different tribes have kids together, then, you know, what does that mean? Do they just take one tribe or the other? I guess they would, or would they be considered a half between the two tribes? I guess they would, because you get each of your parents' personal attribute right, and then you get your tribe's attribute. So I guess whichever tribe attribute, they would be stuck in one tribe then. So yeah, and assuming like interbreeding between tribes should definitely be possible if interbreeding between Shura and God or between Shura and human is possible. And we don't know if it's possible between God and human, but it is, like in most mythologies and stories based on mythologies, like the demigod thing is totally possible. So I would assume it's possible in Kubera, but I guess I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure how I should interpret the situation. That human was trying to kill me just a minute ago, Jatayu. But that's because you attacked this human's village first. Her village. I don't remember you telling you this before, so you're saying this is my fault. I wouldn't exactly say it's your mistake. My heart hurts. I'm just saying that from her perspective, she has a right to want revenge. Her perspective? Ah, it looks like you've forgotten who you are after being in the human world for so long. Since when have we ever cared about what humans think? If you've understood me, stop getting in the way and step aside. I can't. Please spare her. When you're introducing your human girlfriend to your racist relative. Why is he dragging this out? Is he planning on attacking me if I turn my back? I guess it looks like you've somehow become close to this human. That's right. Actually, even the name Yuta. This is ridiculous. For a noble Rakshasa from the proud Garuda clan to befriend some human, and a human who's trying to kill his own brother at that. How disappointing. What is this human to you? Does she matter even more than your own flesh and blood? That's not what I mean. And he's thinking more about her. Gasp. Then what is it? Why won't you answer me? All right. Looks like you have no intention of giving up on that human or going quietly with me to the Shura world. So are you just going to let us go? No. I'll just have to drag you to the Shura world after killing that human. Stupid bird brain. And he transforms. If talking doesn't work, I have no choice but to use force. You weren't trying to take me there. For my own good, right? It's seeming less likely. Oh no, he's transforming. Why are you just standing there, Yuta? I said run. Lise, you should get out of here first, Lise. Why are you always doing this? Why are you so stubborn? And all the time she tries to protect him, and always trying to protect me, even from enemies you can't defeat. Hey, this isn't gonna work. I don't know if you'd call this a plan or something, But since he's already followed me all the way to Atera, he'll probably come after me if I run away. So if we both run in different directions, thank you. Thank you so much for simply trying to protect me without worrying about your own gains and losses. Not even my own brother's done that for me. And here you are, from a completely different race. Didn't you hear me? Run and don't look back. Don't cry, you can do this. Just trust me. I wish I could protect you with such a pure heart too, Lise. But why's my heart so rotten? Maybe my mother was right. Run, Yuta. Still, Lise, I want to believe that this is love. And he starts transforming too. With this, you'll probably find out who I am and probably hate me. But I don't mind, because I like you, and that's enough for me. And he completely reveals the sword. I don't remember if we've ever seen his sword revealed like this before. And is this him going up a stage? If so, you know what I bet? When Kurigam said that his next stage was actually revealed in the prologue, I bet this is the shot from the prologue, isn't it? I don't remember it, thankfully. I thankfully don't remember things from the prologue, because apparently they're just straight up spoilers. But I bet this is probably the shot, isn't it? And if so, it's so interesting that he looks so much... And I guess this too is kind of like what Kasuk was getting at. He went from second to third stage, and it looks as though he's gone away from the Garuda tribe side of things and toward the Taraka tribe side of things. And he's kind of a weird case. I mean, I guess he's a Rakshasa, but he's half god, half Shura, so it's weird. So maybe he's almost like a weird pseudo-Gnostica, but eventually it seems like the idea is for him to become the leader of the Taraka tribe. So it seems like because he isn't bird-like here, and instead it looks like he's gone even further into the chaos side of things. It looks like he's just gone more fully like Taraka tribe with his transformation. And I guess maybe that was part of the choice, where if he chooses to side with Lise, he goes more the Taraka path, the Taraka skill tree. And if he would have chosen Marina, he would have went more in the Garuda skill tree. To be continued. Okay, that was actually like a really good place to end, but I'm going to do one more anyway. Let's go check out the afterword. Afterward this time has a bunch of not translated text. Is the day coming when Mr. Kasuk will speak to Yuta with respect like he promised in the past? And then later on we have Yuta's crying in his final second stage scene, and I feel sorry for him. Yuta appeared rather old for being in second stage. When we first saw him, Asha thought he was third stage Upani. Now that he's in third stage, he looks like... And then if you're wondering how Marina took Shura form in front of Yuta, you can reread Season 2, Episode 60. For Gnostica, taking Shura form's a transcendental skill, but Marina isn't a Gnostica. Okay, so it's more like, I feel like when you're at a stage below Gnostica, you're so Shura that the different... Like, it's more like with the Shura, their human form is kind of their true form in a way, because they're pretty much always in human form. But for the lower levels, their true form is kind of their Shura form, and it's really the human form that they have to put effort into turning into. Whereas with the Gnostica, it's the full Shura form that they actually have to put effort into. But that makes sense, because I don't know if I have been spoiled on this, or if I heard it from afterwards, because I'm pretty sure the difference between the beast-like Shura and the humanoid Shura is their stage, right? So I think that Mara and Upani, they're the beast-like ones, but I think they can become humanoid, because like what they said, this is what made me think this. Asha just said that Asha thought he was a third stage Upani. So Upani, on getting to the third stage, can do human form, and I think Mara at their last stage can do human form, right? And then for Rakshasa, they can always do human form. So it's like 1, 3, and 5. All the way from stage 1 they can go into human form. And then their human form just looks more mature as they go along. Okay. I think I got that down. And then, Gnostica or just Gnostica. I don't think Gnostica have stages. I think they just are what they are. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know enough about the series yet to know. So yeah, either way, with that aside, let's go into the last one for this week. Well, time to finish things off with episode 75. Yura. And honestly, if you're Lise, I know Ashura destroyed your village, but that's like a Shura. You've known Yuta and cared about Yuta this long. I feel like you should have reason to not really care if he's a Shura, or really if anyone else is a Shura. Like, I get where Ron's coming from with his fear of halves, because again, at any point, the half's mind could be manipulated, potentially. Whereas with the Shura themselves, yeah, most of them are monsters just attacking humans, but if you get evidence that they're not, then, I feel like Lisa's beef is kind of more with a specific Shura. It might not be too late yet. If I were to tell you that I grew up like this because of some magic, you'd probably be naive enough to believe me. True. But I can't protect you like this. It's not enough. And his body starts warping. I need strength from the side of me that I tried so hard to hide from you. The one standing before me, part 5. And his body is warping more. I guess he's going into a new Shura form with his new stage. You'll probably hate me. I look awful, don't I? I agree. I disgust myself. I'm doing this because I want to. I never thought I would get this close to my mother's side. Yeah, to his mother's side, he's gone into full Taraka. And I guess the Taraka are dinosaurs. They're Godzilla. They're kaiju. She looks down, horrified. And he's carved Run into the ground. We finally get to see the sword in all of its glory, and he puts it down, doesn't even use it. Developing now of all times? I'm not sure if I should be happy about this. Jatayu, are you doubting me right now because of the power of your name? What about you? I know that you're at least hiding your real name from me. Although I didn't know when we were little, I just believe that you were my little brother. What do you mean? I am your brother. We may have different mothers, but our father's the same. And then he goes in for an attack. Not bad. If you can hold off transcendental attacks, you could even kill that half-dragon. Who would have thought that a Rakshasa, not even 500 years old, would have such power? He grabs onto his arm. Brother? But Jatayu, I'm not weak even without my transcendental skill. And he throws him. Oh, brother. He goes in again for an attack. You finally took out your wings. Why didn't you take them out before? Or did you think you could beat me without them? No, it was just my way of saying that I didn't really want to fight you. But it looks like you think differently. Why are you trying so hard to take me with you? And this, okay, I think he looks much cooler with the wings out, and his posture here is more human and less dinosaur. I told you before, we can't go together. There are many people after the power of our name. If you don't go with me, those far worse than me will come looking for you. What? They don't care about your life. They're only interested in your name. Again, we're getting deeper into the power of the name of Garuda's children? If they're after my name, are they gods? Or from the Ashura clan or the Ananta? None of those, unfortunately. It'd be better for you not to know. So again, not gods or from the clans? Then could we defeat them together? No, we can't defeat them. Then why? If we can't beat them anyway, it'd be better for us, or for both of us to just go our separate ways like we have so far. I know. I'm not sure what I should say to convince you either. That's why I'm using force to take you with me. But, Jatayu, I just want to save you and Kalavinka. That's all I want. Brother, you're contradicting yourself. It may seem like that, but I'm not lying. Instead of arguing about this, can't you just trust me like before and come with me? Again, I think he's not necessarily doing it for Yuta's safety, but I think he is telling the truth. I think he really does want to go back to the old days, want to be with his siblings. It's just that I think that he is misled when it comes to why and how he's doing it. If you'd just come with me to begin with, we could have gone back home in peace. Now I'm past the age when I blindly trusted you. I want you to tell me exactly who they are and why I have to go with you. If you're really doing this for me, then there's no reason to hide the reason for doing it, right? If you won't tell me that I'm staying here, I'll stay and protect the humans. Pretending to be a human again, do you really think you can beat me right now? Of course not. But I'm also not weak enough to just get dragged along without doing anything. Not once have I ever stood up to you until now, but this time is different, and he summons the sword. If you really insist on using force to bring me with you, I won't just sit back and let you. To be continued, okay. And we get cut off before more of this fight. Again, we're getting into deeper stuff. So yeah, like I have no idea who it could be or anything like that. But we still have more characters incoming. There's so much going on. So either way, we've ended at a place where there's a lot going on. Let's check out the last afterward, then I can talk a little bit and then we'll end the video. Last afterward we have, I wanted to show that Yuta's more of a monster now at 3rd stage than he was at 2nd stage, but I didn't want to change his frame like I did with Marinar Kasek. I wanted him to look humanoid, so I drew him so he looks like a monster at first glance, but and the monster face is the form of a helmet. And as I drew it, I felt like the helmet was like a face, which made me think, yes, Yuta's ugly. The helmet's really effective. But wait, I can see his hair. So it's not a helmet, but a mask. So his mask from his 2nd stage grew bigger and covered his entire face. Then some of you asked how tall 3rd stage Yuta is. He's about 176 centimeters barefoot and 179 centimeters wearing shoes. He's 1 centimeter shorter than his older brother. Okay. That is pretty near to the same height. Then some text not translated. Some of you asked if Yuta can take off the thing he wears on his face. Well, if he tries to remove it, he'd rather just return to human form again. True. So either way, very fun 5 chapters. I'm sorry if this felt like such a somber, like serious video. I'm sorry if this was so dead serious. Like after the very beginning, we just got into like so much stuff that's like new flying around my head, so many things that are hinted at, but that I don't have enough info to have any idea of what's going on yet. I don't know what's going on, what's happening. But I am excited to read the second half of this. The first half was very good. I think especially the front when we were getting into that character stuff with Lise and Marana and Yuta. It's been very, very, very good. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next. But I'm going to end it here for this week. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more Kubera. Much, much, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it is free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks, that is very much appreciated. Or if you want to help support the channel, also get One Piece videos a little bit early, also get your name at the end of each video, then hit join down below to become a channel member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already patrons and channel members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Holly, Magical Girls, FR Nono, JA, and the D-Ban, Cheriton students, David Langstaff and Folded Gold, Slayer candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element, Pate Ardialo. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. Thank you, and yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.